Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you the very start of Act 4 on my Bulletstorm very hard difficulty video walkthrough. And this is Chapter 1, the only way through. And when we start, we've just survived the ridiculous fall from the dam, the ridiculous tide that then came and swallowed us up, and we've landed in this new area. So proceed up here, listen to Trishka and her smart wisecracking, and we've got another beautiful looking street with beautiful sunsets and more awesome vistas. And that's the best thing about this game. You're always moving environment. You're always coming to something that looks ridiculously badass and then moving on to something different. And it's just really diverse and really fully realised. It's one of the more beautiful games that I've played when it comes to just interesting places to be. And the best thing about it is there's no real gimmicks to why you're there. There's no, bullshit Magic Man level like there were in Condemned 2. Even though, don't get me wrong, I loved that level. It just came out of nowhere and it was just there for the sake of being there. But once you kick that sign down, it'll set off this lovely chain reaction, and then from this you'll get a nice little gobful from Trishka because she wants you to be quiet because this is apparently the forbidden zone. And then just make your way through. And it's a nice little quiet section. But you're going to be coming up against a couple of creeps, and you're going to be introduced to some plants. And the first plants you come across are these little nom-gom things. I'm not too sure on the full names, but it's basically a plant that suctions onto people's heads, and you can leash it towards you and kick it onto any enemies you want, and it'll actually immobilize the enemies, which is kind of cool. And then from there you can do specific skill shots and get a ton of points for doing it. So let's have a look. And right there you'll see the glowing yellow pustules. That is one of the sacks, and as you can see, when you kick it, it goes on that dude, and I get a new skill shot for doing it. And there's quite a lot of skill shots orientated around these plants, whatever they are, these bulbous things. So experimentation is the order of the day. I will implore you to do it because it'll help you in the overall. And just make sure you take cover behind this big plate on this car, because if you don't, you're going to get tagged. And once you've killed these creeps, there's going to be a sniper that spawns on the far side of this road. But just pick dudes off, clean them up, and just be aware that you can't leash half of them because they're creeps, which just sucks balls, but there's nothing you can do. And if you get overrun and the distance is too much, feel free to swap to your sniper rifle. That is exactly what it's for. And just somebody's punching me now, I think. No? No. It was him getting smacked, it just sounded so loud. So there we go. There's the sniper. And how did I miss that? Jesus Christ. But if you don't take him out, he's going to do a ton of damage to you. And oh my goodness. I might as well just put this gun down. I clearly fail at this game. And there we go. I get a nice gag reflex on him to redeem myself. But once you've took that dude down, another sniper will be there. Let's have a look. Do I tag him? Oh, what? Up through the armpit. I could join bloody circus with these kind of shots. And I finally take him out with a nice, modest chest shot. And right there, I didn't mean to hit that plant. It just kind of took control off me. And right there, I hit a branch, so that's 2 shots wasted. And these bullets are not cheap. Kind of reminded me of Wanted as well, the way the bullet looks for this rifle. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that film. Awesome film. Ridiculous, but in the most awesome way. And then when you've cleaned up these dudes, you can carry across this little bridge here, this makeshift bridge, and then carry on. So Ishi's cruised over here. He's going to remove a plate because we're incapable of removing simple plates. And then we get to crouch through the equivalent of the Dead Space 2 air vents. Oh, these are slightly more claustrophobic because it could involve, collapses and things, even though nothing ever happens when you're traversing those crouched areas. There's another news bot there, so make sure you destroy it. And don't worry if you've come in here and you're thinking, oh no, it's going to be a claustrophobic, rubbly building for the next hour. Because I thought that was what it was going to be, and to me, I thought that sounded cool because I really like the look of these levels, but when you leash that fan, it knocks this wall down and you're back outside with the lovely vistas and the beautiful skylines.
Sometimes demolish is the only way through.
And there we go, back outside. When you come out here, there's the leash drop shop there if you need any ammo. I'm going to be ignoring it because I'm probably going to save for the sniper so I can get its secondary function. And we're being introduced now to the man-eating plants. I'm not too sure what the names are, I'm assuming they're just man-eaters. And you can kill them with a leash, but as you can see, it's that mini-game that you do against the gyrocopters, so it's very quick. You can shoot them if you're not confident in your ability to use the leash, but it obviously wastes ammo. One thing I will say is if they grab you and you don't press B immediately to tap your way out of the grasp, they'll kill you. And I never got killed by one on my first playthrough of the game, but for some reason when I was recording, because I was either trying to do the level too fast or I just wasn't playing, you know, fully awake, I got killed like 3 or 4 times by plants because I just forgot what to press because I was so used to doing the timing minigame. I forgot that there was bashing ones as well. But when you... How did he not die then? When you come up here, there's a ton of creeps and they're all on that far side of this street, this avenue, whatever it is. So I slide over to these boxes. They're surprisingly good cover even though they look like old cardboard. And then from here you can just edge your way around and snipe the creeps in the distance. One good strategy is what I'm doing here. You leash the plants towards you and you kick them on the dudes, but as you can see that silly bitch shot the first one I tried to use and the second one landed on her head. So I didn't mean to do that, but you know, collateral damage, she's just a casualty of war. Excuse me. And then just keep pushing forward. See what we've got. So I've just seen a creep run over there, so I know he's there. The sniper tells me that he's definitely there, and it's just a case of cruising over and finishing him off. Because he's on his own, he shouldn't be too much of a threat. He is a sniper though, so be very careful. You can't kick them unless you do that. Then you can kick them. Take that, buddy. And when you come over here, there's a little puzzle when you get to the bottom of this street. But there's a cutscene first, so I'm going to skip this shit so we can get on with it. There we go, nice and skipped. So when you go down past these cars and you go to the gate, Trishka basically says there's a way to open this door, figure it out, genius, and you've got 15 seconds. And the way to do it is to leash that ball down. And once you leash it down, it'll bang all the way down to the front doors, smash the doors open, and you'll get an achievement that's called the Destroyer of Worlds, which is an Oppenheimer reference to the man who made the nuclear bomb. And then once it's open, carry on through the smoke and on to the next section. And here's one for the people that pre-ordered Bulletstorm, got the Epic Edition. I'm not too sure how you got the Gears of War 3 beta in America. It might have been through GameStop or something like that, or Target. I'm not too sure what your shopping outlets are. Has the beta not been activated yet? That's the question I'm asking, because I've not googled it, and I was looking on YouTube the other day for some footage from it because I wanted to see what people were doing and what people had got access to it were uploading, but I couldn't find a single video that wasn't IGN. And I'm not the biggest fan of watching IGN videos because, you know, they're generally as professional as they can be, and they're generally short, and they generally replay footage that you've seen at E3 and stuff like that. And I was just hoping for a couple of bootlegged, you know, HD PVR guys that had put some up, and it was just classic Warzone or whatever they've got on the game. But I didn't see any, and instead I went to a Giant Bomb and I watched the interview with Rod Ferguson, and then it showed you a little bit of gameplay in between that interview, because Giant Bomb's a really good site if you don't know what it is. It's a really awesome site. And I was watching the multiplayer footage, and they're mentioning now how you've got your own classes and stuff, and how you can switch your loadouts. A little akin to Call of Duty. I don't think it's going to be as insane though. It's just going to be, you know, a difference between the Lancer and the Hammerburst and the shotgun, and that new shotgun that's super powerful but no ammo apparently. And I noticed when he was firing Lancer that the Lancer had reticle bloom. And if you don't know what reticle blooming is, it's basically what happens on Call of Duty when you fire your gun from the hip, and the aimers on the screen start to widen, they start to bloom out. And this is something that games have had for a very long time. This is not a new innovation. Excuse me. This is something that's always been in games from a long time, from PC shooters. And the last game to adopt it that you really wouldn't have thought was Halo Reach. And when you use the DMR rifle, every time you did the shot, the circle widened, and then if you waited, it'd come back to being closed again, and you had a more accurate shot. And what this does is, this forces you to play more intelligently with the gun. You can't be as gung-ho, and it's basically, it rewards the people that take the time to wait and get the more accurate shot off. But in a game like Gears of War on a rifle as automatic as the Lancer, I don't know how that's going to affect game, because it doesn't seem to make it that much wider. It just, there's a significant difference, and it probably was always happening before, we just didn't have a visual representation on screen. It's just, I really don't know. I like Gears of War. Gears of War was the reason I bought an Xbox 360. It was the thing that converted me into the next generation of gaming, and there's a special place in my heart for the first one. Don't get me wrong, the second one was a great game, but it kind of felt a bit soulless to me. It forgot the things that made it great and focused far too much on the big epic spectacles of, you know, riding on giant things and tons of stuff on screen. And reticle blooming just, I don't know how it's going to fit into the Gears universe, so I'm a bit nervous about that. But I just thought I'd bring that up, see what your guys think. But we're coming to the end of this video, guys, so thanks for watching once again. Stick with this guide, and you take care now.
Hope you're ready for me.